I want to talk about something I get asked about a lot, especially by people building ponds in Northern Australia, and that's cane toads. How do I get rid of them? How do I stop them breeding in my pond? And should I be killing them? Before we go any further, I want to be upfront. Where I live, it's too cold for cane toads, so this isn't something I deal with day to day myself. My perspective isn't coming from constant lived experience, it's coming from being asked this question over and over, and from thinking about ecosystems, pond design, and how we respond to problems like this. But if you don't already know me, I'm Kev, and my aim is to help people build and maintain their ponds without spending a fortune. So if that sounds like something that interests you, you might like to subscribe and visit my website, Ozponds.com. Cane toads were deliberately introduced to Australia in 1935 to control sugarcane beetles. It didn't work. The beetles lived too high up the cane stalks, the toads stayed on the ground, and instead of solving the problem, we created a new one. With no natural predators that could safely eat them, cane toads spread rapidly across large parts of Australia. And that decision wasn't made by the toads, it was made by humans. Cane toads poison native animals and pets, compete with native frogs and reptiles, they breed extremely quickly, and they thrive in human-modified landscapes. People are understandably frustrated, but cane toads don't know they're invasive. They don't know they're a problem. They're doing exactly what all successful organisms do, using available resources, reproducing efficiently, and expanding into suitable habitat. They're not evil, they're just good at being cane toads. Humans do the same. We modify landscapes constantly, clear land for agriculture, dam rivers for water, build roads for commerce, create massive cities, and of course we introduce species, often without thinking through the consequences. And like the cane toad, that doesn't make us humans evil, we're just trying to make our lives better. But it did alter the ecosystems we interact with dramatically. So just sitting around blaming the toads doesn't fix the problem, and maybe thinking that us humans can fix it is the wrong way to look at it. After all, introducing them to fix one problem is what has got us into this mess to begin with. As cane toad numbers explode, there is some evidence that nature is fighting back. There are native animals that have figured out ways to eat cane toads safely. For the predators like native water rats and certain snakes can tolerate or avoid the toxin. Yes, most native animals are still vulnerable, but these examples show that the ecosystem can and does adjust over time. It's just something that shows how complex nature can be. If you do want to help nature, please do it humanely. You can also target the tadpoles manually or with specialist traps. Even so, these methods will only get you so far, as reinfestation will reoccur, so you'll want to make your lard less hospitable to the toads. Toads like warm, shallow water, so you might consider having no standing water in your bog filters. The pond itself can have steeper edges, not beaches. Toads aren't good climbers. Deeper water will be cooler. Some people I've heard from have had success with dense plantings of native grasses or sedges. You might like to try smooth physical barriers that the toads can't climb over. If you have any other solutions, let others know in the comments. Like I said, for me this isn't something that I personally deal with in my ponds. It wasn't a video I really wanted to make, so if it was helpful let me know and give the thumbs up button a little tickle. Thanks for watching. See ya.